All right, how we doing, everyone? Let's talk today about having it all figured out. I see a lot of scuttlebutt on the interwebs last few days about, especially with like youth athletes and making sure they are the only way they're ever going to be good at anything is if they have it all figured out. If at age 12, age 13, age 14, they're eating perfectly, they're training, they're showing up early and staying late. All these cliche coaching terms, all this that they have mastered exercise and training, and that they can't go pro unless they have everything figured out by an early age, and how much that is just a bunch of crap. Uh, I don't have everything figured out. I'm 36. It's taken me 36 years, and I still have not nowhere near figuring it out. Most adults have nowhere or don't have it figured out. The best leaders, the best coaches, the billionaires, the best of whatever it is they do, best athletes, they don't have it all figured out, no matter what their age is. So saying that some athletes, youth athletes, need to have everything perfectly planned out and ready to go and need to be eating perfectly and sleeping all the time and have this perfect training schedule and that they have to want it so bad. No, you don't. That is a bunch of BS. Should kids be eating better than they are? Yes. But most of the times kids don't eat well is because the adults don't eat well, because adults don't have it figured out. Everyone knows what we should be doing. I say that all the time. You know you should be eating good quality, whole nutrient-dense, real foods. You should be exercising daily. You should be moving a lot. You should be sleeping a lot. You should be drinking a lot of water. But to say that you should have this all mastered and that's the only way you can be a pro athlete, or that's the only way you can get a high paying job, or that's the only way you can get to whatever level of success you want to be at, or in your career or in your life. That's going to be different for everyone. By doing these certain things is a bunch of crap. There are plenty of ways to do everything, and to think you need to have everything figured out by a certain age, a certain time frame, a certain point in your life is not true, because all the best at whatever they do, whether it's an athlete, whether it's a doctor, whether it's a billionaire, a business owner, a sportscaster, whatever it is, a parent, it takes time to do that. It takes experience. Everyone goes through their own life experiences, and I've probably done this in the past of saying things that you need to do and stuff. And of course, there's stuff you should do, but again, everything in life is a choice, and we all need to take that at our own speed, our own timing, our own experiences, because we all experience and handle experiences and handle life events and handle things differently. If I would have done, had I eaten perfectly, trained perfectly as a kid, slept all the time as a kid, would that make me a pro athlete? Probably not. I'm just not as good. I'm not as talented as the pro athletes. I'm not saying you shouldn't work hard. That's definitely part of it. But hard work is the easy part. It's easy to work hard. Anyone can work hard. But are you working hard at the things that are going to get you better? But to say that you have to have stuff figured out, you don't have to have anything figured out. That's what life is about. It's about figuring things out over that time frame, over whatever it is. Figuring out if you want to get better at eating better, they'll have your experiences with eating like crap. To my journey, it's whatever, growing up eating back in like the 90s and 2000s. Family didn't know a ton about like nutrition. It was a lot of, we didn't eat terrible, but It was a lot of pop. It was a lot of pizza rolls, macaroni and cheese, ramen noodles, all that stuff. You learn from these experiences. Do I wish I would have started eating better earlier? Yes. Do I wish I would have skipped the college years and partying and drinking and eating garbage all the time? Yes. But I can't. I can't go back and change that. I don't have the power to time travel. I'm not a time traveler like so many people probably are. Elon Musk and these freaky alien guys, they might be time travelers. Who knows? But I'm not a time traveler. We can't go back in time. All I can go back is use those experiences that I had throughout life and work to figure out where I'm at now and keep figuring things out. What's going to work best for me. You can have everyone tell you exactly what you need to do. I can make a post that says take creatine, or creatine's good, or eat this amount of protein, or um, train hard, show up early, stay late, which is the biggest bunch of crap ever. Uh, I can tell you to do everything. I can post and all this stuff. Is that going to make you do it? No. You got to figure out what it is, go through those experiences and have your own experiences and start thinking for yourself to make the changes and do the things. And those experiences in your life are going to be the things that help you determine where you want to be and figure out where you want to be. And you don't have to have anything figured out as a kid. I mean, most of these pro athletes probably didn't have anything figured out when they were a kid. Some of them were maybe like what is his name? Marinovich. Yeah, is it Todd Marinovich, I believe, the quarterback, USC guy, the robo quarterback, who was everything programmed perfectly for him, but he didn't. I'm sure the overbearing parent, the overbearing coaches that don't allow kids to explore and learn and play. That's what it is. That's what being a kid is. And should kids be eating garbage and staying up late and not exercising? No. But they're going to do it. Should kids play video games? Yes. Should kids have fun? Yes. Training can be fun. Training should be fun. It should be an opportunity to learn and grow and build and explore and create and use your imagination. That's what training is, even as an adult. Training is not just strict sets and reps. And by the time you're 15, 16, 17, 18, should you have it all figured out? No, you should not. If you do, then you probably should be a billionaire and be the greatest, be Tom Brady, be the best quarterback ever, or be Michael Jordan. But you're not. You think LeBron had it all figured out at 18? No. That's why he's improved. That's why he's gotten better as he's getting up to 39, 40. He's still playing because he's still figuring it out. He's changed his nutrition. He didn't know that stuff when he was younger, but he's worked at it. He's got better at it. He's learned and figured out what works for his body. And there's no one single way, especially with nutrition. Everything's individualized, super individualized. We don't know anything really about the body. What we know about like the gut, the brain, the connections, everything in the body, we're so what's the word? We're in the infancy of knowing about that stuff. We're going to keep growing, and to think we should have it all figured out. No, you're never going to have it all. You should never have it all figured out. You should keep learning, keep growing as you get older, whether that's nutrition, whether that's training, whether that's sleeping, whether that's relationships, whether that's your work, your business, your schooling. Keep growing, keep learning. Don't have it all figured out, because those are the people that are just so stuck up and full of themselves. They think they know everything, and then they try to push it on you and give you these bland posts and stupid content that just says, do this, do that. This is the best. Everyone knows that stuff already. It's not helping anyone. It's just doing it to make yourself feel like you know something more than you're better than everyone else. But you're not going to have it all figured out, and that's totally fine. That's where you should be. Like I said, I don't have it all figured out. I don't even have my own self figured out. Business is struggling, those type of things. I don't have that figured out. I haven't figured that out. Am I a good coach? Yes. Do I know everything? No. I'd be dumb if I did. Because no one knows everything. No one's an expert at anything, in any subject. I don't care what they tell you, how much they tell you they're an expert. They're not an expert. If they're saying that, they're definitely not. It's that lifelong learner, that white belt mentality where you're growing. But even as a kid, yes, starting early is better. But again, you need to go through your own experiences. The kids need to have their own experiences with with different coaching, with different eating, and as they get older, they'll realize, oh man, maybe eating this candy is not helping me. Maybe staying up late is not the best. But kids are resilient. People are resilient in general. There's not. It's not going to be. Nothing's ever going to be in a vacuum where everything's perfect for you. Where, especially like in athletics, different things cause. Whether you're playing outdoor sport, weather's going to play in a factor. Things get switched up. You're not going to have a perfect schedule all the time. Major League Baseball, you're playing 162 games a year. So you're on the road. You don't get to sleep in your own bed. You're on buses, planes, hotels, all this crap. So it's never going to be optimal. And just know that humans are resilient beings. We can function. We don't always have to have everything perfect. We don't have to have 8 to 10 hours of sleep every night. We don't have to have perfect meal timing. Yes, that's a goal to do those things and have it majority of the time be as best as we can and do your best. That's always the goal, to know that you gave it your best, gave it what you had, you gave your best effort. And if you lose, if you fail, at least you gave it your all. That's the main thing. If you can't live with that, then that's a big problem, I think, with a lot of people, is they aren't satisfied with knowing that they gave it their all, and they can't live with not giving their all or something like that. So there's an interview from Pat McAfee show a year or two ago with Aaron Rodgers where he talks about that. Yeah, of course you want to win. You want to win the Super Bowl, the championship every year, but knowing that you're not going to. Again, Tom Brady did it, 7 times? But it's not just Tom Brady. It's the team around him, the coaches around him, especially in team sports. But Rodgers said something along the lines of, he gave it his all, everything he had each time, and knowing that he can be happy and satisfied with that. Yes, he's pissed or whatever that they lose and didn't win in more Super Bowls, but a lot of that's out of his control, and a lot of the stuff in life is out of control, and too many people worry about that crap that you can't control. Instead, you can worry about what you can control, and you can control how you learn and take information, and you don't have to have everything figured out. I would be worried if you had it all figured out, because especially at a young age, kids need to experience life. Being kids, adults need to grow up and experience their life, because that's what life is. It's experiences. It's learning from experiences. And once you get older, you think you're in a bad place. Maybe you're 40, 50 years old and you're overweight, out of shape, haven't been doing athletic things in years. And you think, oh, I don't have it figured out yet. I'm just not going to start. And it scares you away from starting it. You have that fear like, oh, I haven't done it now. I'm never going to do it, and it's too late or whatever. And that also is the wrong thinking. It's never too late to anything. It's as long as you just start and you keep giving it your best effort and pushing forward and working to improve, knowing that the cliche is like getting 1% better every day. You're not going to get 1% better every day. You can't give 110%. You can't even give 100% probably every day, because if you did, you'd just be burnt out and dead all the time. Give what you can and then work and figure all that out. It's taking on the experiences, uh, and you don't have to have it figured out. It's about the joys of life, and improving your health and wellness is about that figuring out, that process, that journey. It's not an end. I've spoken on having that end goal in mind. We have goals and things we want to accomplish throughout it, whether it's lose 10 pounds or add 5 pounds of muscle or jump 40 inches or run a faster 40 or just be able to play catch with your kids in the backyard. We have those goals that we want to accomplish, but health, wellness, there is not an end line to it. It is that journey. It's that constant progress towards figuring it out. Knowing that you're not going to have it figured out. You're never going to have it all figured out. It's because things are changing. Our bodies change. We adapt. We grow. We age. We start families. We start new jobs. We have different events in life. We have different schedules and things like that. So to say it's like set in stone that boom, you have to do these things. No. Yes, there are rough things that we should try to do, especially with, I always mention, your training, your nutrition, your sleep, hydration, that type of stuff. But knowing that you're never going to always be exact, always going to be perfect, that stuff can change again throughout life. And that's the problem with the people who just post about this stuff like you have to have it all figured out. And that's just fear mongering and making yourself look like you're some big conquering hero when you're just causing more problems. So that's one of the biggest issues I see with a lot of these social media influencers, these S&C coaches, these personal trainers, dietitians, nutrition coaches, whatever. It's all over the place, and I'm sure I've done it too. But that's why I've learned and grown, and because I don't have it figured out. I probably at one point thought I did, but I definitely do not. I know I don't, and I know I want to get better with my own health and wellness and fitness, with my business, with my life in general. It's that constant growing and learning and going along the journey. I had 10 years where I was just a pile of crap. I was eating junk. I was exercising. I was training, but I was training like an idiot. I wasn't sleeping. And I still made progress, sadly. Was I fat? Yes. Did I have a good amount of muscle? Yes. But I still played sports. I was still active. Was I as good as I could be? No. Because it took me time to learn that that wasn't the life I wanted to live. And without those experiences, I probably wouldn't be where I am today. Again, still figuring things out, still figuring out what works best for me, what foods work best for me, how much sleep works best for me, best time to go to bed, best days to work out, those types of things, how best workout split for me, whatever it may be. I'm never going to have it all figured out. And again, it's saying these certain things you have to do is going to make you a pro athlete, make you a pro business owner, a billionaire, whatever it may be. That's not true. There's so many different ways to get to where you want to be, and it's about you as that youth athlete, as that student, as that business owner, as that mom or dad or husband or wife or brother or sister or teacher or whatever it is you do, whoever it is you are. It's about you realizing that you don't have to have it all figured out. Take time, take life, use those experiences, the things you do, the places you go, the people you meet, and utilize that and learn from it. Learn from everything. The wins, the losses, the good meals, the bad meals, the bad night sleeps, the good night sleeps, the good training sessions, the bad training sessions. Use it all. Use it as fuel. Use it as learning, as growth, and to help you figure it out. And just realize that you're never going to have it all figured out. And that's part of the fun. That's part of the joy in living life to the fullest and to your best best intent. But yes, and if you're a parent, help your kids, show your kids rather than just tell them, because they're not going to listen. Like any kid, kids are rebellious. We don't listen. We want to stay up late and play video games. I did that. I still do that. Uh, and then they demonize, and then these people demonize video games and computers and phones. And yes, is screen time the best thing for you? No, but is it bad? Athletes can use screen time as a way to study. Go watch the Olympics. Watch pro sports. See these. I remember that's what I did. That's how you watch these athletes, how they move, how they perform, how they play, and then you go out on the court and you mimic them. Is screen time a waste of time then? No. You can learn. You read from video games. You learn reactions, stuff like that. So again, all this stuff has its place. It's about finding balance at different times and things like that. But demonizing and villainizing all this stuff and saying you have to have it all figured out at a certain period in life is a bunch of crap, because you don't. It's about learning. It's about growing and building the best version of yourself. And as adults, we can do better too. We can set better examples and be better role models. If you have kids, that's why kids eat like crap. It's because the adults around us, because the society that we're in is because adults. I think I'm posted about this the other day. It's like I used to say, like, stop eating like a kid. When kids are just eating like adults, because adults eat like crap these days, because again, it's our society. Fast food everywhere, ultra processed junk everywhere. All stuff that's not good for us has become normalized, when just eating like a human's supposed to be, eating foods from animals, foods from the earth, and we'd be better off. But we don't we got to set better examples as adults. It's what I think it should be our role again. But these are choices. You can make these choices to be a role model for the kids, even if you don't have kids. I don't have kids yet, but I coach a lot of kids. I work with a lot of kids. I have nieces and nephews. I teach, so a lot of kids see me and kind of look up to me, so to speak, or I have an influence on them. So in that term, I am an influencer, and that's fine. I don't mind. I like being an influencer. I want to influence them in a good way. It's not forcing them to do anything, but it's showing them that eating well, sleeping good, and training, exercising, being athletic, moving is a good thing. You're going to feel better. You're going to look, I don't know, maybe look better. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know about that on me anyway. Still got the gray hairs and no hair, but I can't help that. I do my best on that. And that's what you really can do, is do your best, work at it, and grow and be a work in progress, because showing is better than just telling. I think kids and even adults, like, someone tells me to do something, am I going to do it? Depends on what it is, I guess. But showing and seeing, like, even things you don't want to do, like being in my family growing up, it was a lot of like family, aunts, uncles, grandma were smokers, and I hated the smell of that, and just being around that, I didn't ever want to do that. Or even like, yes, I got into drinking and was more drinking just to be fit in. And again, those are experiences that I learned from, and that's not there was no joy in it. It was just false hope, or false, I don't know, idols, or trying to fit in. And that's not the way I want to live, because again, I realize that you can actually feel good in life and not have that false feel good of, the drinking or whatever, or the taste of this crappy food, but then you feel like garbage the next day and you're on the toilet pooping your brains out. That's not the way to live. And again, you learn from those things. It's not by just telling and having to have it all figured out. So do you have to have it all figured out by a certain age? No. If you do, I'd be worried, because I don't know. No one has it all figured out. No one is an expert, especially when it comes to health, wellness, fitness. So if you are getting older, you're reached your 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and you haven't figured it out yet. You haven't figured out your health, your wellness, your well-being. You haven't figured out how much you need to eat, how much good quality food you need to eat. You haven't prioritized sleep. You haven't got the exercise. And you start thinking, oh, it's too late. I'm an old dog. I can't learn new tricks and things like that. Another cliche BS. That's a bunch of crap. Wherever you are, you can start. Always learn. It's never too late. You can do it. It's just up to you to make those choices. Remember, life is full of choices. Choices develop our habits, our kind of our rituals, what we're doing, our daily routines, and those habits build our health and well-being, our fitness, our training, our nutrition, our sleep. Those choices you make are based on a lot of the environment you're in, the life experiences you have, the traditions, the family life, all the stuff, how you're raised, your culture, that type of stuff. But you can change that stuff by making choices. And again, the choice to realize that you don't have to have it all figured out is a big thing, whether you're 14 or 45. You don't have to have it figured out. It's about working to figure it out and figuring out what's best for you through with training, with nutrition, with sleep. There are the basics, but everyone's so individualized. It's going to be different for everyone. That journey is going to be different. That process is going to be different. The way you learn and grow and adapt and take on things based on these experiences is going to be different. So don't worry if you don't have it all figured out. I certainly don't have it all figured out. LeBron James doesn't have it all figured out. Noah Lyles, who just won the gold, fastest man in the world, doesn't have it all figured out. Everyone's the best are always in a constant state of working to get better, knowing that you're not going to get 1% better every day. You can't give 110% every day. You don't have to arrive early and stay late because that is probably actually just wasting a lot of time. You're not getting much done and you're not being productive that way. So again, if you don't have it all figured out, don't worry about it. You can figure it out as you go, as life goes on. That's what it's about. It's about that journey, about that process, and building the best version of you and being an athlete for life. That is part of it. It's figuring out, working as you go through life events and get older. So go be an athlete for life. Don't worry. You don't have to have it all figured out. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for watching, guys.